What's good, my people? Yes, indeed. What's good, my people? What's good? What's good, my people? What's good? What's good? What's good, my people? What's good? What's good, my people? What's good? Let's get it. Come on. Hey, thank y'all for tuning in and listening to the latest episode of the Chronic OGs podcast. I'm that boy they call Big Tone, one half of the Chronic OGs. Shout out to my little brother Smitty, the other half of the Chronic OGs. I'm the sexier one, but you know how that get down with the get down with the get down. Hey, I'm gonna get right to it because this is actually important. So when it's this important, I'm gonna have to go ahead and blaze one up. So, peep game. So there's a lot of brothers out there who's not quite convinced. And this is not me coming down on the brothers. I'm speaking to the brothers, not at the brothers. So one of the big concerns was VP Harris was losing traction with black men. What more can she do to appease the black vote? So let's go over a little history. So a lot of people used to question her record when she was in California. So, 8 years of disinformation regarding her record in California, everything's coming to the surface now. Because remember when this shit matters? It matters now. Can't say it mattered back then, which was the reason you kind of was standoffish with VP Harris. She came back with you because unlike Trump, she's not trying to get your vote by divisiveness, darkness, doom, shitting on Detroit, talking about people in Springfield. She's not doing anything to try to get your vote by fear. It's by optimism, right? So, peep game. Remember when they said when she was California Attorney General, she arrested thousands of black men, marijuana and all this other stuff for marijuana cases? That wasn't true. California AGs don't even investigate marijuana cases. So that wasn't true. So then they said it was when she was the Attorney General of the city of San Francisco County or whatever it was. During her 7 years in that role, there was 45 under her purview. There was 45 marijuana arrests. And they weren't even all black folks. They weren't even all people of color. Some of them was white folks. So that wasn't true, right? So remember, it mattered then. And it mattered up until now. So it has to matter past now with what she's trying to do for the black man and woman. But, the black man. So Trump y'all remember when Trump gave that $1,200 to black men as a stimulus check? That wasn't Trump. That was the Democrats in Congress that did that. It was actually Trump that held it up because he wanted his fucking signature on the check. When most people got direct deposit any fucking way. America first or Trump first? I'm just curious. So now she said, okay, cool. This is what we're going to do. I'm gonna put an economic plan in place specifically geared towards the black man. So she came up with this idea, her and her economic team, that she was going to do a $20,000 no-fault loan for black entrepreneurs, small business entrepreneurs. Legalization of recreation marijuana to get more black men in the cannabis industry. So she don't just want us smoking it. She want us making money off it. Legalize marijuana. People will be, first of all, the economy would be better simply because you can tax. The tax is out of this mind. I got buddies in California and in Arizona, and although that's probably where the best weed come from, the prices are higher because they tax more, because of the tax that you can charge for recreational marijuana. More money for each state. So Mississippi, Arkansas, with that dumbass governor they got down there, South Carolina, all these places that are not doing well when it comes to their economics and not having enough money to do this for the state, or not having enough money for schools, or not having enough money for roads or any type of infrastructure problems they may be having. Legalized marijuana is the key. But a lot of those states won't do that. You know why? Because it's going to cut down on the marijuana arrests. And who getting arrested more than anybody for marijuana possession? The black man. Let's call it what it is. The person of color. I ain't going to say the black man. That's wrong. The person of color. Mainly the black man. More apprenticeships. So that means it ain't all about college. More apprenticeships, more internships, all of this stuff she's trying to do to incorporate the black person in the entrepreneurial space. That's her economic plan for mainly the black person, right? So I have a question for you. I have a question for y'all. What's Trump's economic plan geared towards the black small business entrepreneur? B know who B is. What's Trump's plan, bro? What's Trump's plan? What's Trump's economic plan? Besides tariffs. Every economist known to man, worth their salt in economy, has said that increase in tariffs, because we're going to have to take on that cost, is worse than Vice President Harris' economic plan. So B, what's his plan on inflation? Because what I know, inflation ain't really started kicking our ass until what hit? COVID. Who botched the shit out of COVID? Donald Trump did. If it were not for COVID, we wouldn't be in this inflation that we're soft landing from. Right? So I ask you again. They say this lady has not done enough interviews. She's doing Fox on Wednesday. She's trying to strike a deal to do Joe Rogan, who's a Trump dude. She's doing podcasts. She's doing interviews. She's doing town halls. She's answering questions. The answer ain't gonna always be what we like. Shit, she ain't answered every question to my liking. But at least she answered the question with some substance. Lady asked Trump about things to do. What's his plan to decrease daycare? And he started talking about numbers. And we got the best numbers and all this other stuff. Lady asked him yesterday about what he was going to do to lower the grocery bill. He went back to talking about the migrants and how he going to get back to the migrants. Now, whether we like it or not, when they asked her what was she going to do about that, she said, okay, we're going to go after the companies that's price gouging people, which is fucking true. How much is a dozen of eggs these days? That's price gouging. It's no reason. You see gas prices coming down. So why can't grocery prices come down? She has an idea. She has a plan. Not a concept of a plan. A plan. He still wants to repeal the Affordable Care Act. He was asked at the debate, does he have a plan? He said, no, he has concepts of a plan. It's been 9 years. He was once president trying to repeal the Affordable Care Act. So he was going to repeal that, take all these millions of people off of health care without an idea or a plan or a concept for their coverage, for them to be covered elsewhere, all because it was Obama's name on it. All because it was Obama's name on it. Until my man, I know I used to live in Arizona for 20 years. I can't wait to go back. My man John McCain hit him with a bam. My man got up off his sick bed. He wasn't even supposed to be there. He came there in the middle of the night just for that vote. Bam. What if he'd have said bam? He was a Republican, but he was honorable. He was decent. He was about his people, not about himself. He wasn't a loser because he was a POW. He could have went home, but he sent the people that was under him. They was there longer. He said, y'all go home. I'm going to spend another few years here for my country. But that's the type of people y'all shooing away in the Republican Party. Those are the type of people that y'all should be grooming in the Republican Party, because they stand on their own 2 feet. Right? Adam Kinzinger. No, that ain't right. No, Mitt Romney. I wasn't a big fan of his, but he did the right thing. Vice President Pence. General Milley. Mark Esper. General Kelly. All these people were Republicans. But there's still a question, like this lady still has to, the goalpost continues to be moved, and she continues to score. Every time they move the goalpost, she kicks the ball through. That's what she does. Y'all wanted a plan, an economic plan. Boom. She spoke on it, put it on the website. They wanted a plan on immigration. She spoke on it, put it on the website. And we don't need to talk about immigration because your boy did that. Your boy asked the most bipartisan bill, well, the most conservative bill in the past 40 to 50 years in immigration, border security. Your boy did that. Why? Why did he do it? It wasn't because he was putting the country first. It was because he was putting him first. Biden was going to sign the deal. If it was about Democrats or Republicans, Biden wouldn't agree to sign the deal. See, now he got something to run on. Had that bill crossed and got signed into law, that's one less thing they would have to run on. Because watch what's going to happen. If she wins, she's gonna sign that same deal. Y'all wanted a plan on what her thoughts were on education. She gave you that. It's on this website. Come on, B. We went to public school, homie. We went to public school. And a lot of my people went to public school. Charles Asbury. Charles is brilliant attorney. The smartest dude I know. Herb Rousson, Oxon Hill. Look him up. Dog. Attorney. Darlene Adam Bullock. Look her up. She a beast. All my brothers and sisters. We went to public school. He trying to get rid of the Department of Education, which what? Funds public schools. That's his idea of putting America first. Oh, that's his idea of doing. He got a plan. He gonna do right for the black person. Went to public school. I get it. We all have our different thoughts. We all have our different ideas of the policies you feel like will benefit you, the plans and ideas that you feel like will benefit you as well. I get it. But when does decency come into play? When does honesty come into play? When does dignity come into play? When does decency come into play? When does respect come into play? When does honor come into play? When does loyalty to my fellow man come into play? When do these things come into play when we're looking at presidential candidates? Because right now, they don't seem to matter. They don't seem to matter. Lord knows if something comes out about this woman that happened 30 years ago when she was at Howard or something. 35 years ago when she was at Howard. I can only imagine. We know how this dude is. This dude don't even have... It's not so wonder you rarely see his wife. And it's funny how she and he disagree on women's productive rights. And during the campaign, She had the kahunas to announce that shit. Nobody said anything. But if Doug Emhoff, or if I'm mispronouncing his name, I apologize. If Doug, Vice President Kamala has husband decided to say, I'm kind of pro-life, her campaign will be through. Done. All that 49% to 48% and all that you see, that shit'll be like 61 to 26 or some shit. 61 to 39 or something. That's what it'll be. Because the standard is different for her. The standard is different for her. It is absolutely different for her. And to be honest with you, it should at least be the same, but real talk, she should have less of a burden to prove, less of a standard to obtain. Trump threatened to sue his school if they release his GPA. Why is that? He won't release his health records. Why is that? He won't do 60 Minutes or another debate because he don't want to be fact-checked. That means he wants to be allowed to lie. That's not the type of person we're supposed to want to have representing us on the national stage and international stage. That's not it. It's just not it. So only thing I'm going to ask is for the next 3 weeks, hold her to the same standard that you are holding him to. And if that at the end of that 3 weeks, you still feel like he's a better candidate to be president of the United States over VP Harris, you got it. But do me that favor. If you're listening to this and you're on the fence, do me that favor. Judge them two by the same standard for the next 3 weeks. That's all you got to do. Judge VP Harris and Donald Trump by the same exact standard for the next 3 weeks. That means when they do their rallies, the manner of which they talk, the information they're talking about, how much they are lying and how much they are telling the truth, the rhetoric, whether they stay on topic or not, just do that. And if at the end of that 3 weeks, you still feel like he's a better candidate than her, find this episode and or DM me and tell me, hey man, I'm still rocking like that. Okay, cool. But you got to do that. I mean, because over the past 2 months, they haven't been, and she only been campaigning for two months or something. So over the past 2 months, they haven't been judged on the same standard. So can y'all give her 3 weeks of same standardness? Check that. That's going to be in the dictionary next week. Can y'all give her 3 weeks of being judged on the same standard as her opponent? So again, that's all I ask for. Give her 3 weeks of being judged on the same standard as her opponent. Thank y'all for listening to this episode of the Chronic OGs podcast. I'm that boy they call Big Tone, one half of the Chronic OGs. I'm out. Peace.